I am M. Venkat Subarao, advocate practicing in the High Court of Andhra Pradesh at Hyderabad. I came into contact with Meher Baba in 1962 November during East-West gathering. Prior to that, I never heard or has not even seen Baba's picture even. While so, my father, who was staying away about 200 miles from Hyderabad, he came into contact with Meher Baba, and he was so much impressed and had his allegiance to Meher Baba and treating him as God himself. Then he tried to prevail upon me to come to Pune to see Meher Baba and have his darshan. While so, I was already initiated to Ram through Lakshmi 4 months' time for him to pick up his health, and now he is in a position to play the cricket. Baba always used to mention that Baba was not doing miracles and Baba was not interested in doing miracles. But still the fact remains that to the normal person, it is a miracle and nothing else. But there are two ways of looking at it, and that is the miracle also may be part of the divine game itself, and that had happened on that day. For the reason in 1963 I took this boy again to Baba for initiating him to schooling, and that was on 5th of May 1965. Then, even though he was there when he was cured for a few minutes, Baba immediately looked at him and asked about his welfare and asked him how he was. And he said that I told Baba that it was his gift to us. Then he said, what is his name? His name is Tejasvi. He asked whether this name is also mine. Then I told him, Baba, you are God yourself, and therefore this is God's name, and therefore I know that this name also yours. Then he initiated him to schooling. Therefore, it is the part of the divine game that had happened. That is one way of looking at it. And therefore, what I believe is, so far as the human physical outlook is concerned, it is a miracle. But beyond that, it may be that it is also a part of the divine game, and that had happened at that time. Already initiated to Ram through Lakshmi Kanta Yogendralu, another, a sage. So I told my father that I am not interested in duplicating my master, and therefore I would not come. However, my father prevailed upon me successfully to take me to East-West gathering. On first day itself, I had Baba's darshan, and my reflections were nothing practically than what I had about him. But on third day evening, a sort of giddiness prevailed upon me when I was sitting before Baba. And during that period, two voices, one of them had put in questions and the other voice was answering. And the doubts I had were so much cleared that I was so much impressed that I could have my allegiance to Meher Baba, say Avatar Meher Baba, who now allegiance to him as God himself. And immediately thereafter, I returned back to Hyderabad and started a center. During 1963 beginning or the ending of 1962, my son, the third son, had an attack of polio. Both the legs became paralyzed, and he was not even able to crawl upon with even the legs. In addition to that, he had also these convulsions and spasms. The medical people, 3 schools of thought, and they left him off. And ultimately, when he was hospitalized, he was asked to be taken back, stating that there may not be much use and days are counted. And it was in those circumstances, Baba gave darshan on 15th of June 1963 at Pune. So we wanted to go there. Myself and my wife wanted to have Baba's darshan, leaving this boy at Hyderabad itself. But suddenly my father came on 13th, and he prevailed upon the boy being taken. So we took him to Meher Baba and kept him at the feet of Sri Meher Baba. Baba looked at him and then made a gesture to lift the boy up. We lifted the boy, and he was placed in Baba's hands. Baba took him and embraced him, and just kissed him, and held the boy in his arms, just looking at him. Within about few seconds thereafter, the boy, who was unable to move the legs even, he began to climb upon his Baba's belly with legs. And we became dumbfounded, and our brains practically became dull. When Baba offered the boy, we could not take him. So the boy was again handed over to Sri K.K. Ramakrishna, the secretary of Pune Center, who was standing by the side of Baba as his volunteer. And then, not knowing all this, Ramakrishna left him on the floor, but the boy came walking to the mother, though not swiftly, with shaking legs. Then when he came and embraced the mother, she came to senses. And afterwards, it took about 3 or 4 months' time for him to pick up his health, and now he is in a position to play the cricket.